Hello scholars, this is Mr. Soden, and today for Phys.Ed we're going to be playing Movement Monopoly. I have sent you a PDF file that you can open on any electronic device, your cell phone, your tablet, and if you have a printer, you can even print it out and use the piece of paper as your playing board. You're going to need a pawn or a totem, something that you can move around the board, like a coin or maybe a piece from a game board. This is from the actual game Monopoly. And it should be small enough to fit on your screen or on your printout game board. I'm going to be using this little wizard from the game Labyrinth. Just like in the real Monopoly, you're gonna have to use dice. If you don't have dice, you can just go to Google, type in roll dice or virtual dice, and you can push the one that has number 6 because it's a 6-sided die. That's what we're going to use to determine how many spaces to move around the game board. Then we're going to use a 20-sided dice to determine how many of the exercise we'll do. So I'm going to start right down here at the bottom, just like on the real Monopoly game. That's where start would be. And I'm going to roll a 6-sided die to see how many spaces to move. It says 1, so one move puts me on this brown color, which says power jumps. So now I have to use a 20-sided die to determine how many power jumps to do. It says 4. So we are going to do 4 power jumps together. So power jumps are just like squats, except instead of doing just a squat, you're going to jump each time. So we're going to stand with our feet shoulder width apart, our arms out in front of us, and every single time that we squat, we're going to jump. So it'll look like this: squat and jump, squat and jump, squat. 3, 4, and that's it. If you're playing with someone else, you would switch and let them get a chance, or you can take maybe a 30-second break if you need to before you do your next exercise. Let's see what we get next. Okay, 5. From here, we're gonna move 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that puts me on the royal blue color, which is push-ups. Now I'm gonna use a 20-sided die to just figure out how many push-ups to do. Okay, I got the number 9. Some students are going to need to do modified push-ups. This is where you make a straight line from your shoulders to your knees, and you lower your elbows and raise yourself up to do a push-up. Otherwise, you do a full push-up where you make a straight line from your shoulders to your ankles and then lower yourself at the elbows. After we've done 9 of these, and we move on to the next event on the game board. Get rid of the 20-sided die, and let's just roll another 6-sided die to determine how many times around the board we're gonna move. 1, 2, 3 spaces puts me on this magenta color, crab kicks. So now let's go over to this 20-sided die, and I'm going to do 8 crab kicks. Now crab kicks are like the crab walk. Our back is going to be towards the floor, belly's toward the ceiling, and instead of walking around doing the crab walk, we're just going to lift our feet. This is the crab kick. So I have 8 crab kicks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we move on to our next exercise. So that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed Movement Monopoly. I'll see you next time in Phys.Ed with Mr. Soden.